Okay, we'll do a quick tutorial on how to replace a windowsill. I've taken the sashes out. I probably should have shown you how to do that, but I didn't have a hand free. But we're going to remove this top parting stop here. It just fits in a groove there. Where are we here? It just shoves up into the groove and you just pull it out. Once the parting stop is out, you can then pry these, I guess they're called sash tracks, out. I need two hands. Once that's pried out a little bit, you can just grab it by your hand and carefully pull it away. This is one of the tougher ones. There we go. And just lift it out. And you can see some rot in the windowsill under it. And the same thing with the other side. Just pull it out. At least that's how these windows are assembled. Alright, next we're looking at the sill. We're looking at the sill now. I've broken this caulk and paint seal all along this little trim piece, and I'm going to pry it up. There we go. I just pried it up. It's wedged under there, so I'm just going to pull on it. It should come out. See the little groove that it fits in there? Here's the trim. That little groove fits into the sill right there. Now before I get the sill away, I've got to remove this brick molding here and part of this window trim. And to do that I need to cut all the caulk lines all the way around the window. I need to cut here, and I need to cut where it goes against the brick molding goes against the brick. So I'm going to do that. Just want to show you some of the rot. Doesn't look as bad as some of the others, but if you get in here with any pressure, this just pretty much disintegrates. Same thing over here, this side's worse. Alright, here's some brick molding, bottom of it where it joins the sill. There's a big screw in there that needs to be dealt with, so I'm going to show you how to do that. This is from a piece from another window. Alright, right here, this sill is so rotted that I'll probably just be able to rip the piece through. I'm almost positive I'll be able to do that. But let me show you what you do when you can't do that, when the sill is somewhat still intact. In this case, I would take a spade bit and drill in there and give it an area for it to come out. We're going to work on that. Alright, I've kind of drilled in there. It's hard to see, but the bolt is in there. You're not going to be able to see it, but basically I've allowed it so when I pry this piece of brick molding away, it'll be able to come out. And for those of you wondering, I could have used an oscillating tool, yes. But what I did, it seems to work quicker, and I'm just destroying these anyway. I don't need them, so an oscillating tool would work, but my method is a little bit quicker, I've learned. Alright, I've just removed all the trim. It was a time-consuming pain in the neck. But I've done it, and here's why. So now you can see with the sill fits into the, I think it's called the jam. I'm a hack, I'm not a pro, so anyway, it's the jam. Looks like the jam's got a little damage to it too, but here's how you take it out. At least the way I like to, for this design of windows. I like to use a spade drill bit, put it right up near the edge here. Got to get a little closer. I just don't want to damage the interior part. Alright, I'm not going to bore you with this. I'm going to drill all the way through, and I don't have to worry about hitting the stud underneath because this is at a 15-degree elevation, so once it breaks through, it's not going to be damaging the stud underneath. So I'll get back to you. But I actually drilled 2 holes, and here's why. I'm going to saw this, and those holes give the saw blade a little place to work without banging into the interior portion. So I'm going to saw this, and if you notice, I'm going to saw it at a slight angle. I'm exaggerating just to show you, but I'm going to saw it like this. So here goes. Alright, I've made my angled cut, as you can see. I'm going to go ahead and lift this up a little bit. One-handed again, forgive me. Yeah, I need to do something here. Alright, I fitted the pry bar in there. This sill is stapled to the, these are built in a factory, but the sill is stapled all along there, and it's stapled into the jam here. So you got to work it a couple different ways. First thing I do is I'll pry it up. And those staples broke away pretty easily. Ouch. Alright, so now I'm gonna kind of lift up and away. Up, away, there we go. See the long pins that hold this thing in there? A wire. So I'm just going to pull those out with a pair of pliers now. Alright, I'm going to do the same thing for this one now, see how that turns out. One-handed, of course. This one's pretty rotten. The more rotten it is, the easier it comes out. Boom. And there's the, that's what we're working against there. So now it's out, exposing the stud underneath. Yes, there's no wrap there whatsoever because this house was built in '89. I almost forgot to film here. Here's the new PVC sill. And I've cut little wedges, 3 of them, to support the sill. So it has to sit flush against this 15-degree angle there. It has to sit flush against this 15-degree angle on both sides, otherwise the window will not close properly. It's the most critical measurement of this whole thing. Now, I'm going to take this block and then I'm going to hammer the sill in place. Alright, I got the new sill in there. Nice and flush against the jamb. Now I've got the sill nose that I'm ready to install. Here's the profile of the sill nose when you buy it new. If you look at those little legs on the bottom, I had to cut it off with a table saw because they didn't allow this to fit. Excuse me. They didn't allow it to fit properly. So here's the modified piece. The legs cut off. I think that's why they're there, to allow adjustment so it fits. It's a little snug here, but that's fine. And there we go. So we're getting there. Alright, the sill is attached. The sill nose, excuse me, using stainless steel trim screws. And now we are ready to put the brick molding on. We're going to use PVC vinyl brick molding all around.